the Enforcer.
I believe they're called enforcers, Gordon. I sell women's shoes.
And the Stallion.
Stallion, baby! I am not what you would call a handsome man. I'll kick you in the nuts and you'll smile at me and like it. All night long.
And we are back with another edition of the All Night Long Wrestling Podcast. We are your host. I'm the Enforcer. He's the Stallion. And it's a new day here at the All Night Long Wrestling Podcast. So
already with the puns.
It's topical. It's like an ointment.
That's topical.
Yeah, that is topical. So we are back at the All Night Asylum. Let's go with that. This is the All Night Asylum. Oh, I like that name. So, once again, as always, we are brought to you by the Damage 365 Radio Network. You could find us there at Spreaker.com/show/ANLWP. You could find us at Facebook.com/AllNightLongWP. You could find us at Twitter or Instagram at AllNightLongWP. Have I successfully touched on all those? That's all of our lines of communication, right?
Yes.
Good. So, back here, and I just realized we're freestyling this. We got nothing up here. I don't even know what we're going to talk about.
That's a little bit of peek behind the curtain for everybody back there.
Yeah.
So,
I think they call... Actually, all I'm going to do this episode is try not to get you to kill yourself.
Okay. Well, that's...
That's a tough task ahead of me, my friend.
Yeah, you got to keep that up for quite a while, my friend. I don't know how long the show's going to take, but
keep it up for quite a while. Sounds like some Brad Maddox would do. So let's get. You know what? Let's start back and work our way forward. We took last week off mainly because I'm a piece of shit.
Was that another page innuendo or? Start back and work our way forward.
Wow, that is so bad. No, that wasn't. I legitimately meant like chronologically.
I think like everything we say could probably be spun into a page situation. So, should we just tell everybody what we're talking about in case anybody hasn't seen?
I don't know if we should. I feel like it's probably not appropriate.
What do you mean?
Go ahead. Whatever. Just go ahead.
I'm not gonna go any crazy with it or anything like that.
Yeah, but just say Paige was on Up, Up, Down, Down.
See now. Yeah, you're worried about what I'm going to say.
She was on the show once. She was on Up, Up, Down, Down.
I'm sure
down,
she
down,
was.
Up, 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 Down, Up, Down, Up, Down, Up, Down, Up, Down, Up, Down.
I think, yeah, she definitely was. Well, some nude photos leaked of Paige today and some live action videos of WWE Diva, women's wrestler Paige.
Diva? Whoa, this isn't last year whenever they changed that. It's not a big deal.
So, that's, I guess, unfortunate for her.
Yes.
Less unfortunate for the rest of us who've been circulating the videos for the last 12 hours. So,
also incredibly unfortunate for Consequences Creed and for Brad Maddox.
He's probably fine, I think.
Brad Maddox?
Yeah.
He was fine until that last video got out. Now I feel like people are questioning a lot about Brad Maddox.
Okay.
But, so there's just a lot going on in the business today. But can we be done with that now? Now we're done?
Yeah, I just wanted to put that out there for everybody so everybody knew what we were referring to. So if we make any off-color jokes related to Paige in the next 45 minutes to an hour, that's
what
why.
we're referring to, yeah.
And I think we'll look back fondly upon this podcast if we listen to it 6 to 12 months from now. Remember this day as the day that all the Paige, sex videos got leaked. So.
I mean, I was trying to beat around the bush, and not say exact.
Come on, dude. Just...
I was,
we're live on Facebook.
Really not what I meant. I meant we were trying to say without saying it.
So you had mentioned to me before we went on the air that you wanted to
hold on, time out. I said a lot of things. I'm not sure I'm not prepared what you're going to say.
You had mentioned you want to talk about ROH a little bit. We had gone to a show 2 weekends ago.
So this is where so you cut me off and you insinuate I'm making an off-color joke about something, but I was legitimately speaking chronologically. We should start with Ring of Honor Manhattan Mayhem and work our way forward to now. I also have a promo I'm going to cut on the WWE later. I think you know what I'm going to, and you're probably going to dispute it, but I'm angry. I'm angry about a lot of things.
I will cut a response promo then.
You know what I'm not angry about? This fantastic haircut and fade brought to you by my friends over at the Iron and Tread Barbershop. my man Vintendo64 on Instagram, really hooked me up.
I think it's a solid handle. Vintendo.
Yeah, his name is Vin, so we went with Vintendo. He's a great guy. And they've run a great barbershop. So, no, we're not sponsored by them. I just kind of want to put them over because I feel like the guy cut my hair pretty nice.
He deserves that. It's a great haircut.
Polishing a turd, pal. Doing the best I can here.
That's terrible.
Anyway, so back to Ring of Honor Manhattan Mayhem. Once again, you and I, the front row FRC, the front row crew. Is it like the BDC, like that? So we went to Manhattan Mayhem. We expected a good show. I think we got a great show. And we got two surprises that literally, if you were following us on Twitter, this is why you should follow us on Twitter, because I was breaking news the entire time. I was tweeting stuff that even Fancy Dan Biceps Meltzer wasn't tweeting. And then he asked me for a little autograph. No. I sent him in the results because that's what he wanted to do, but he didn't put me over. We need to deal with those, the kids on the train. I'm there trying to write down the results of the show, and we didn't even get put over.
That's true. We did put in a good effort for that, though. At least
we did. So we went to Manhattan Mayhem, and I mean, we don't have to go over the entire card, but some bright spots at the card. Where do you want to start? I mean, the opening match was Chris Daniels versus TK O'Ryan, who had a rough week.
Yeah, TK O'Ryan of the what did he break? What did he break? Because his ankle? Or
it was his shin. You and I were watching it live when he did the Acai moonsault. Was it Acai moonsault or was it off the turnbuckle? I forget.
I think it was Acai moonsault.
Acai moonsault. And Too Sweet to RJ, who hit us with the Adam Cole baby. Appreciate that, buddy. And so TK O'Ryan versus Christopher Daniels was the first match, and it was Christopher Daniels looking strong going into the 15th anniversary pay-per-view. Now, my question for you is, Ring of Honor Manhattan Mayhem was a Saturday.
Yeah.
It was Saturday, and then the following Friday was the pay-per-view.
Yes.
You really can't further any feuds on a house show that you put on demand the day of the pay-per-view, right? Going into the pay-per-view at least?
I guess not a lot. I mean, I'm sure if they wanted to shoot some angles or something, they could post the video on Twitter or even just results or something like that to say like, oh, so-and-so attacked so-and-so and, whatever it might be.
I think that's why you and I, not that we weren't expecting a great show, because we always do expect good shows from Ring of Honor, but we weren't expecting like a title change or, stuff like that. And we were surprised. But so going forward, we have Chris Daniels beat TK O'Ryan. Second match of the night was...
You enjoy this from memory? That's cool. I think Dalton Castle beat Colt Cabana, I'm pretty sure.
We called that a pee break.
Yeah. Went to the t-shirt stand. They were out of t-shirts. That's weird. I don't know how this all works. They don't sell food at Hammerstein Ballroom. I mean...
You know where they do sell food?
Everywhere but the Hammerstein Ballroom.
What was the other place you went to?
Terminal 5.
Terminal 5. Love Terminal 5, yeah.
So there was that, and then I think it was Marty Scurll versus Sanjay Dutt for the TV title.
Yep, very good match. Sanjay Dutt hadn't been around in a long time. I don't even know the last time I saw it. He came back for that X Division stuff in the artist formerly known as TNA. And Sanjay Dutt, he's been around for, he's been around a long time, and he had a good match with Marty Scurll. And I'm happy to say you are on the Scurll bandwagon.
I do like Marty Scurll.
He's got a good gimmick.
He might be the only heel they have left in a couple of months, so get on the bandwagon.
I hate that.
Jump on now. So yeah, that was a solid match. I mean, for like you said, for a guy like Dutt who hadn't been around or at least been on TV.
It was a little rough around the edges in the beginning, but they worked into it.
It was
a couple of good false finishes. So
that led into it was Will Ospreay against Dragon Lee, which was heavily advertised well in advance. It might have been the first match they actually put for this
2 months ago too. That was
so. Of course, with those guys, those who watch them, you expect a high flying, a lot of aerial stuff in the match, and they didn't really disappoint. I didn't think they had a lot of good stuff in there, a lot of athletic spots, no real blown spots. The only surprise, I guess, was that Dragon Lee won the match. I didn't see that coming, but
no, me neither. And I don't have a problem with him winning. I think he's a fantastic wrestler, and he can obviously go, and those two put on a really good match. There was a reverse Hurricane on the outside that made me
there's a lot of crazy
jump
stuff.
out of my seat. Actually, if you watch it on demand, you'll see Joe and I in the front right corner jumping up like a schoolgirl, up and down several times during that match. I was more the one jumping. I was completely marking out
I try
like
to
a
appreciate
5-year-old.
the craft. Yeah,
I appreciate the craft. I'm not one of those dicks, for lack of a better word, at the shows. Like they have all those smart chants, and where like you got a guy like BK who goes to a show and he's like yelling at the ref for not counting 3. Like BK is the ultimate fan. That's the guy you want at the show. Then it was the Young Bucks versus Leo Rush, sellout,
and Jay White.
Had a good match, Leo Rush and Jay White are a couple of young lions, I believe they're called, and they're very athletic, but the Young Bucks are still the Young Bucks, and I think they shined in that match, and they had a good match, and they won with it was an Indie Taker into a Melter Driver back to back. It's
upsetting that my friend Charlie's wife is asking me on Facebook why I think Shawn Michaels is better than Bret Hart.
No, she doesn't say why. She says, "How can you?" Like it's so far out of the question.
I mean,
Charlie.
I can explain it. I assume Charlie's there. I can explain why.
I hope Charlie's not there, and she's whoever that is. Too sweet. Thank you, Danielle and/or Charlie. Anyway, so Young Bucks have a good match. They win. Lights go out. Piano music plays. Sure enough. Broken or unbroken, I don't even know what you can call them now, but broken Matt Hardy and Brother Nero come out, and the Manhattan Center comes unglued. It was wild. Nobody expected the Young Bucks to be the Hardys to be there. They were there, they get in the ring, they cut a promo. Young Bucks say put titles on the line right now, and sure enough, about 8 minutes later, Young Bucks wrestle back-to-back matches, and the Hardys get the clean pin. After Jeff Hardy gets 3 of his teeth super kicked out of his face. It was a good match for what it was, but the moment was almost surreal. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty big surprise. I mean, they have their match WrestleMania weekend is what it's scheduled for, and that's what they had been kind of advertising or on their Twitter and TV and all that type of stuff. So it was definitely a surprise that the Hardys showed up. Of course, the news had broken like a week or two before where they had left formerly TNA, so they were no longer under contract. So timing actually kind of worked out pretty well. So I guess ROH decided to bring them in for at least a month. And then shoot this angle where they would come in as a surprise in New York and win the tag titles. So they have a rematch at Supercard of Honor, which is the weekend of WrestleMania, and that's going to be a ladder match now.
It was just announced today, yeah.
So that's where that all played out. So that was obviously a really cool experience with those guys showing up out of nowhere like that.
Yeah, and like I said, the crowd was just, you were jumping up like a schoolgirl that time too. That was the only time I've seen you really mark out. I mean, I always am a child, but I saw you. There was a hop, at least a hop or two.
I don't really have good ups, right? That's what the kids call it, ups.
Yeah, no, they definitely did call it that in 1996. And then
pumps.
You're gonna pump up your what are they called in White Men Can't Jump?
Yeah, I don't know what they're called. I know what you mean though.
Are they called pumps? No, that's what girls wear.
Pumps are like it's like a shoe, right? I don't know. It's like a sneaker, like the air.
I'm not a footologist, nor do I have like a foot thing. Keith would know. He's got a thing for feet, so I could probably just ask him.
I feel like we've gone in a different direction now.
Veering back on course. Speaking of, never mind.
After the intermission, which then took place, I believe, was
Battle
Royal,
which wasn't bad. I really don't like Battle Royals for the most part, but I thought this one was actually pretty good.
Yeah, it was not bad. Matt Taven ended up winning it, so he gets a future title match.
That was bad. You know what wasn't bad? Caprice Coleman. He was cracking me up the entire time.
Matt Taven was funny too, though. It was in the opener, he was funny.
Oh, with the Kenny Omega thing?
Yeah.
Poor man's Kenny Omega.
Yeah. So
he likes that straight face too. He said somebody was racist
against people with curly hair.
Yep.
So there was that. Then there was a 6-man tag, right? It was Bullet Club. It was Cody Rhodes, Adam Page, and Kazarian.
Yep.
Against
Jay Briscoe, Mark Briscoe, and Jay Lethal, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the Briscoes and Jay Lethal, yeah.
Yep. Really good match. Started out as a complete brawl. He had, it was tough for us to be in there to watch because you had, like, Jay Briscoe in the corner with Cody Rhodes, and you had, like, Mark Briscoe on the stage and somebody else there. So I'm sure it came off really cool on TV. I really liked the match. It was, it was kind of what it needed to be, and not surprisingly, Frankie Kazarian, the big heel, got the pin on Mark Briscoe. Good match for what it was, I thought.
Yeah, not bad at all. And then that